morning all. Well, this morning we're up on a beautiful Mother Yuba. And we're up pretty high too because it's going to be hot today. Now, brought Jeff along and we're planning on just doing some crevicing. Uh-oh. Grizzly bear. We're going to do some crevicing, some metal detecting, and if it gets too hot, we might even jump in the river and do a little sniping. Now, I got me a spot picked here, and I got to be honest with you, the big reason is this spot's going to be in the shade all day. But there's a couple of things that attracted me to this spot, so I wanted to show you that before we get started digging. Right there where my crevice tool is where I plan on starting. We got this big quartz boulder that we're going to hopefully roll out of the way. But what attracted me to this spot was you look down here and we have a large boulder that looks like a nice heavy boulder because it's got a nice sheen to it. And then above that quartz boulder is another large boulder. And then it's probably going to be really hard to show it, but there's a huge pile of gravel right in front of it. And we're on the inside of a bend. Right where I'm sitting here, I'm pretty sure the water is editing right in here during a flood. Because from where I'm sitting out, there's very little gravel. From this point back, the gravel's piled up pretty good. And we have these heavy boulders in here. So theoretically, I should be right on the edge of where the heavy stuff is dropping and the lighter stuff is dropping. So hopefully we're going to try to dig into that band where we have the most gold. Or at least that's the plan. Let's see if it works. I'm going to pull all this gravel back, but before I did that, I did metal detect this whole area where I'm going to dump the gravel, and picked up a really small piece of nail and a little tiny fleck of gold. But I did get first gold. I'm ahead of Jeff.
And he made sure I know about it.
Yep. Okay, let's pull this gravel back. So we got this whole area cleared off right now. So what I want to do is I'm going to hit it with the metal detector first, but I'm still going to take some of this gravel, just kind of scrape it off the bedrock. Just take some of this gravel and pan it real quick to just get an idea. Mainly what I'm looking for is the coarseness of the black sand. That'll give me a better idea of what kind of flow is going on in here. Okay, we're going to give her a once over with the metal detector. Well, it sounds like we got us a target down alongside this boulder. Okay, I'm going to just pull all this gravel I can back, see if we can get the target up. Boy, bedrock looks good down there. There's a little catch right there. Let me clean that little catch out. Okay, we'll check it again, see if we moved it. Okay, we got nothing down there. Well, it's right there somewhere. Probably right there where that piece of gold is.
Right there where that piece of gold is.
All right. That's a nice little chunker. It's a little dirty though. Probably throw it back.
Throw it back.
See if there's anything else. Well, bad news. Jeff is still ahead of me on lead. My target turned out to be a lousy piece of gold. Let me show you. You can see there, it's a nice little nugget. Okay, well, I got that little crevice cleaned out that that piece of gold came out of. And then I just grabbed some of this gravel just in the bank, just random gravel, to get an idea on it. And we'll take it down, pan it, get a better idea of what's going on here. Well, I got that panned out, and I'm really pleased with the results because we got quite a bit of gold. It's all real fine gold, but what I look at that got me more pleased is we have a lot of really coarse black sand in here also. So I think we are on the edge of the eddy. I think we're going to get the best of both worlds. Let me show you. You can see in here there's all kinds of really fine gold through that. Okay, well, I think at this point I'm going to see if I can move this big old boulder right here and get a little more access to that area, and also pull more off of this front here, because I think we're getting the fine gold out of the gravel pile, and the heavier gold is going to be under the boulder. Well, I got this whole area cleaned off, and this is dropping down in here, and I got it all cleaned off, and the bedrock's looking good, so we're going to check it with the metal detector right now. I had a small target, and I dug down, and real nice crevice, and the target's in the pan, and hopefully it's a 2-pound nugget because this pan's heavy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch Jeff. He just found 2 more pieces of lead. I'll be right back. Well, I got that panned out, and we found quite a few real small flakes, but our target turned out to be a nice piece of gold. Let me show you. You can see there, it's a nice round little chunky piece. Plan is now, I'm just going to keep working forward, try to follow this crevice on up, but we're getting gold out of the gravel also. So rather than just huck the gravel, I'm going to go ahead and pan at least, the majority of it. I'm going to skip the very top, but when you're going after flood gold, a lot of it is in your first couple 3 inches. So, you can take the top inch off, but anything below that, you're going to want to check. Well, I got another pan full of gravel. I'll be back. Well, just pan that gravel out, and it's pretty consistent with my last few pans. A lot of really fine gold. We're going to go ahead and suck up that and all the black sand. We'll take it all home and clean it up there. But we're going to keep digging, hopefully expose some more crevice so we can metal detect. Okay, well, to get you caught up, I've done a couple experiments. I took the light sand off the top, panned it, found a lot of, and I mean a lot, of really fine black sand and a lot of 50 mesh minus gold. Then I went down into the center towards the bottom. The black sand got a lot heavier and the gold got heavier, and I did find a large flake. But in the meantime, Jeff was digging over here, chasing targets around, and he managed to pull out a piece of aluminum. Then he pulled out a piece of tin, an old can, and then he put, what was the?
Wire.
Oh, a piece of wire. And then his last target turned out to be a nice little piece of gold. Give you a shot of the gold. Okay, there's Jeff's nugget. It's a little long piece, but it's solid. Well, what we're doing now, we've pretty much come to the conclusion that the top 6-8 inches has the most black sand and fine gold. It's the finest black sand too. Then below that, the center section, the black sand is heavier and the gold's heavier, but nowhere near as many pieces. Down on the bedrock, we're not finding hardly any gold at all, but when we do find a crevice, that's where we're picking up our little nuggets and our larger pieces when we pan it out. So we're running short on time now, so what we're going to do is we're just going to pull gravel back, check it with the metal detector. If we don't get a target, we're going to huck it over the edge and keep going and try to expose some more bedrock. See if we can pick up another nugget or two before we got to get out of here. Target there. Whoop, wait a minute, wait a minute. Better target. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Let's do this. Right there, you missed it. I can't believe you missed it.
I did.
Right in there.
Right there?
Yeah. You missed it again.
Hey, you remember me over here fighting with trying to find mine, right?
Well, we've been at this for quite a while. We have picked up a couple of targets, but they turned out to be iron. We did scrape up a bunch of the material off bedrock, and Jeff panned it out, and he came in with two, I wouldn't call them pickers, but larger pieces. But we don't know where we got them because we were kind of digging all over the place. And I've got a pan here. This rock and that rock are both super heavy rocks. I mean, these are really heavy rocks. Actually, everything we've been pulling out of here has been pretty darn heavy. But we can't move this one, and we've tried, and we can't even move the little one. So we've been digging around them. The pan I got is what I could dig from underneath, but the problem we got is we got water seeping in, and everything I'm digging is underwater, which makes it really hard to get gold out. But take that down, pan it, see what we got in that one. Well, pan that out, got the usual bunch of really fine stuff, but I did get one picker. It's pretty flat. I don't know if I'd actually call it a picker, even though you can pick it up, but it's pretty thin. Let me show you. Okay, you can see here, it's a nice sized piece, but it's pretty darn thin. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm thinking I'm done. Getting awfully warm. Even though we're in the shade, it's not bad in the shade, but we got to go out in the sun to pan. And we've been doing a lot of panning today. Now, I tried to dump the black sand I got out and give you an idea of the amount of gold, but there's just too much black sand, too much fine gold, so we're going to have to wait till we get home to clean it up. But we did end up with 4 pieces I could put in the bottle. And Jeff, I know, got one nice one. How many pickers did you get?
I'd say 2.
And so Jeff got one nice nugget and 2 pickers, and we both got a lot of fine gold. So we're going home with gold, and this is not going to be easy to clean up. So I'm going to pack everything up. See you guys back at the house. Well, back at the house, and we'll just say it's the next day. Now, I got that gold all cleaned up. There was so much black sand. Now, most of the black sand went through the 50 mesh. And I noticed there was a lot of really fine pieces of gold in there, but you know, really it doesn't amount to that much weight, so I don't think it's going to matter weight-wise. But what sat on top of the 50 mesh, I got that all cleaned up, so let's jump over the scale and see how we did. Okay, let's do our 4 little nuggets first. 2.39, and that will add in the fines. 2.52 grams. Well, a day in the high Sierras is good enough for me, but then you add 2.5 grams of gold on top of that, how much better can it get? Now, we know there's more nice little pieces on the bedrock under and around that big boulder. So Jeff and I have been talking about we just may go up there and roll that thing over and take a look-see under it. So it's on our list to do. Well, that's pretty much all I got. I'm out of here. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.